All right, welcome back. This is Zach from Fixer Upper Fitness. I'm actually at home right now, but if you're watching this is our frequently asked questions segment. We do this every Friday, and today we're going to answer the question: is it okay to train in the heat? Is it okay to train when it gets hot outside? And if so, how do we do that safely? We're also going to have a little area, a section of this today when we talk about what's going on at Fixer Upper. That's kind of our mainstay FAQ that we've had for the past several weeks as we've been in the quarantine and the coronavirus shutdown here in Maryland. So I'm going to lead off with the news from Fixer Upper. And so we're entering into phase two of reopening Maryland. Gyms are still listed as a business, a non essential business that is not allowed to open yet. But there are some more businesses opening up. And so at Fixer Upper, we're just taking this in stride. We're going to continue to do things the right way. Our clients are what's most important to us, and the safety of our clients is what's most important to us. So that means we're not going to jump the gun or anything just yet. We're going to continue to prepare and prep and be as safe as possible when it's time for us to return. We are very excited to get back to be with you guys. So just keep that in mind. But right now, we're still closed. We're hoping that if the governor comes by and talks next week, that he'll open his gyms up sometime in the middle of June, and we'll get right back to training. As of right now, some of you guys joined earlier. We are doing outdoor training behind the gym right now. If you're interested in doing that, if the weather's nice, we're training outside. So far, we've been blessed with great weather, and we've had some fun times behind the gym while as we get prepared to get back into the gym and do some more workouts. But our outdoor training is kind of where this question came from, as we've had a little bit of a heat wave. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Is it safe to train in the heat? And first, I want to break down real simple what the heat does to our body when we go train outside, and why things seem like they're harder to work out when the heat goes up. So real quickly, basic sort of physiology here when we talk about what happens in the heat. The heat just makes your body work harder, and a lot of times you'll say, man, it's so much more challenging to work out in the heat. Well, why is that? It just makes your heart and lungs work harder to keep you cool. And so the blood, there's less blood in your muscles because you're trying to cool off, and that makes your heart rate and your breathing rate go up. So additionally, it's extra stress on your heart and lungs, and so that's why heat tends to add an extra layer in working out. And so I'm gonna go through some quick tips on some things that we should do or can do to make things a little bit easier and safer to work out in the heat. So to answer the question, is it okay to train in the heat? The answer to the question is absolutely, it's safe. But the first thing I want to talk about, and it's probably the most important thing, is to know your limits, or to work out with a trainer who knows what the limit is. And so you want to make sure you know what your body's able to do. And the tricky spot with working out in the heat is that you sometimes don't know you've worked out too hard or too long until you're already there. It's kind of like, have you ever heard folks say, oh, you don't know if you wait until you're thirsty, then or until you feel dehydrated, then you've waited too long. You're already dehydrated. It's the same thing. If you work out too long, and you wait too long to kind of take that break, and you push it too hard, chances are you're already setting yourself up, and you're already in a risky situation. So the first thing you want to do is know your limits. Now, a second thing you could want to do is to train. If you're going to train outside in the heat, is to train in the water. That's an option as well. You change your training, or you just work out inside. If you can't train how you normally would outside, or you can't like go for your run, you're afraid it's going to be too hot, try something inside. Take a break, and move your routine or change your routine so that you can do it indoors. As far as timing of a workout, that's also very important in the heat. So usually from 10, 10:30, 11 to about 3 and 3:30, those are going to be the hottest times of the day. And so if you do want to do an outside workout, at Fixer Upper right now, we're kind of stuck doing outside workouts. You want to focus those workouts early in the morning or in the evening as the sun is either rising or setting. So change the timing of your workout. A couple other things that really help. Obviously, stay hydrated. You want to make sure you're staying hydrated because you are going to be sweating more, and the more you sweat, the harder your workout's going to be. You'll get dehydrated quicker, and that makes your heart and lungs work harder to get oxygen into your muscles and into your blood. So you want to make sure you stay hydrated. That means you're drinking really a whole lot more than you normally do. You want to keep fluids coming in constantly. If you're in the heat, just walking around, you want to make sure your fluids stay up. If you're going to be exerting in the heat, it's constant intake of fluids, and this is when you want to think about using a drink that has maybe some electrolytes to replace those electrolytes that you lose through your sweat. And electrolytes, you've heard that like with the Gatorades and such. That's going to be the things that help your muscles contract. They're very important for all the contractions and synapses in your body. You want to make sure you keep those electrolytes in there. So it is okay to drink a sports drink, especially in the heat. Now, I typically like to just drink water. And rely on a balanced diet to make sure my electrolytes stay up. But in the heat, I do like to add a Gatorade or something that's going to provide those electrolytes to keep me from cramping and to keep my muscles moving smoothly. You also the thing you want to worry about, the thing that is really important when you're training is your body temperature. That's really going to be the thing that keeps you from working hard. So you want to make sure your body temp stays low, and so that means staying in a cool place maybe before you work out. You do want to take the time to warm up, but it's not going to take very long. And then to make sure as soon as you're done working out that you get that body temperature back down. You don't want to keep that elevated body temperature for too long. That's when you get into a dangerous situation. And so if you've been outside doing some cardiovascular activity, or if you're outside just doing some walking or weeding and whatnot, and then you want to go participate in an outside workout, you want to make sure you take some time and make sure your body stays cool. You want to lower that body temperature. So the long and the short of this FAQ, and it's a shorter FAQ today because it's kind of some things we already know, but it's good to touch on it as we get into the heat. And this is if you're doing anything, doing working outside or working out outside, it's all about your body temperature. You want to know your limits and you want to stay hydrated. Those are the three main things. And then if it is really hot, then it's okay to change up your routine for at least a day or two, or we're having a stretch of 3 days here. Take a break from working out outside, or that afternoon walk that you like to have. Maybe shift it up and do an evening walk or a morning walk. This is okay to do as long as you keep the activity level up, and make sure you know your limits. And your limits are not my limits. You may be like a superstar athlete and you want to go ahead and run in the heat and you feel good. I know there was a long time where I loved nothing more than going out into the heat of the day, and that's when I loved to do my workout, just to get some sweat. But I always did it and always stayed hydrated doing it. But altogether, just be smart, know your limits, stay hydrated, make sure you return your body temperature back down to normal, get nice and cool after you work out, and when you can, work out inside. And that brings us back around to where we started. Hopefully very soon we will be back inside the gym with the AC on, and we'll have a nice comfortable training at Fixer Upper Fitness. If you have any questions about Fixer Upper Fitness and this is your first time watching this video, please give us a call or check out our website or our Facebook page. We have online workouts every day, and we also do one-on-one personal training in the gym, hopefully very soon. If you're someone who's looking to get a little safer, a little smaller atmosphere where there's not a lot of folks, Fixer Upper Fitness might be the gym for you. We are private personal training, and so never crowded. There's not going to be a lot of interaction with people. It's going to be you and a trainer, and we'll have a good time reaching your goals. So again, this is Zach from Fixer Upper Fitness answering the question frequently asked: Is it safe to train in the heat? The answer is yes, but know your limits, stay hydrated, and make sure you keep your body temperature nice and low before and after, and make sure you cool off. Don't do too much in the heat. A workout will be harder. The same workout that you do inside is going to be a little bit harder outside. Your blood is working harder, your body, heart, and lungs are working harder to keep you cool and to contract your muscles. So make sure you stay hydrated, stay cool, and know your limits when it comes to working out outside. This has been Frequently Asked Questions with Zach, trainer at Fixer Upper Fitness. We look forward to seeing you at our live yoga session on Sunday, and hope you guys join in for our workout of the day tomorrow with Lydia. Have a good weekend. Bye.